gonna buy some Fisher-Price toys for my baby boy. A little bling bling to bring my wife some joy. The loudspeakers keep blasting, deck the hall. I'm playing air guitar on the escalator. Gonna find my dad a vintage Eagle shirt. It don't feel much like Christmas time at all if I'm not spending Christmas Eve in the mall.
Again, shopper.
Here we are, the Deptford Mall. It's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. If you're a vet, not the animal kind, military kind. It's way before Thanksgiving, and we're already wrapping up the gifts. And may we say happy birthday to the Deptford Mall, who turns 50 this year. And if you want to chain up your motorcycle, doesn't that look more like a motorcycle than a bicycle, or like a Tron bike? By the way, very controversial take, very beginning of the video. Tron stinks. Anyway, we're going to go for a walk here at the Deptford Mall. I think it's owned by Mac Eric, and it opens at 10 a.m. One of the ways I always tell if a mall's doing good is the hours of operation. If it opens at 11 a.m., that's not a good sign. 10 a.m., 10 to 9, that's what mall hours used to be when I worked at a mall. Matter of fact, I worked here at the Deptford Mall 20 years ago, back when the mall turned 30. Oh, it's Veterans Day, so it's going to be crowded. But why are we here today? Well, we're doing our mall walk, one. And two, the return of Toys R Us. We have to find Toys R Us. I guess we'll find it when we walk around. And I want to give a thanks to Mike and Christine, who were always in the chat. They're the ones who told me that Santa Claus is already here at the mall. This is probably the busiest mall in South Jersey. Now, there's another mall in North Jersey called the American Dreams Mall. And that mall, it has a theme park inside of it. It has a water park inside. It's a little bit busier. Now, I saw this at the Oxford Valley Law. What is this? Oh, you come here. This is where UPS comes to pick up their packages? I'm not sure. We're looking for Toys R Us. Oh, there's a vacancy. I'm going to give a shout out to the mall for not blasting the music as loud as the other malls do. But yeah, it's pretty crowded too. It's Tuesday, it's 11 a.m. And guess what, cuz? We found a Toys R Us. Oh, this ain't a Toys R Us. I hate when they reopen Toys R Us's and they say it's Toys R Us. It's not Toys R Us. This is just a toy store with the name Toys R Us. Toys R Us used to have the prices on the things. What they do is they have everything individually priced, right? They just kind of have like crap thrown in the corner. I don't know. It's fine. It's a toy store. They have Bobo toy stores. Oh, the calendar. Look at this. They don't have the Philly Captain calendar, but you can buy the Philly Captain calendar at thephillycaptain.com. You got some action figures. There's some Star Wars stuff. You got some Gremlins. If you look at the Toys R Us, it's two halves. So this is half of Toys R Us, and the other half of the store's Toys R Us. 2/3 of this section is nothing but calendars. Is that really Toys R Us? I used to work for Toys R Us. Did we sell calendars? I think we did, but it was like one little rack. They do have some Jeffrey the Giraffe stuff, but you could buy this stuff at Macy's last year when all the Toys R Us's were in Macy's. Get back to the mall walk. Yeah, I mean, it's early in the mall season. The Hickory Farms aren't full of the crap. Best time to buy this stuff? December 27th, when it's 50% off. All right. Santa's here now through December 24th. Oh, they're doing the pajama drive. If you got a pair of pajamas, drop them off here at the Santa display. Yeah, look, they have a Toys R Us inside Macy's. And they have a giraffe that you could take a picture with. And it's pretty much the same thing as the Toys R Us we were just at. Yeah, so there's 2 Toys R Us's in this mall. You got the Macy's. You know what we got in the mail the other day from Amazon? Was like the catalog where kids can circle stuff. Because since there's no more Sears, and there hasn't been for a while, so I think Target sometimes mails out a catalog. Yeah, Santa came here on November 7th. Really nice display. Says Santa. Very exciting. A very large mall. There are 2 stories. You have Macy's as an anchor store. You have an Annie Ann's here. I think you have 2 Annie Ann's to match 2 Toys R Us's. The one end store here, the anchor store, is Dick's. Journeys. And I would say the majority of the stores around here, they're all name brand stores. You have Journeys, PacSun, Children's Place. Check out this exit. Oh, they got the photo booth. It's like a nightclub. It's a party here in the photo booth. How much is the photo booth? $8. Let's go. And here it is, the bootleg Chuck E. Cheese. It's the new thing. What you do is you buy yourself a moon bounce, get yourself a rideable dinosaur, and you open up a store at the mall. Oh, you know what this mall did? They did this thing. It didn't go over well. They had parking spaces. We'll just use these signs for an example, because what they did, they no longer do, because they got so much heat for it. All the parking spaces very close to the mall, there was a section, and they called it Premier Parking, and they charged people $10. Yeah, I think it was for a few hours. You pay $10 and you can park as close as you want to the mall and not have a handicap tag. It might have been like these spots here. But there was so much hate about that reserving a parking spot that they took it down. All right, let's check out the Round 1 Arcade. This is the Round 1 Arcade. It's open from 11 to 2. Ooh, look at this. 3D Escape. Terrifying. Used to be root beer tapper. Now they do the slush rush. Look at the size of this Tomb Raider. I'm colorblind, so I never really got into the first-person shooter, because the dot, it goes from green to red when it's to shoot on certain games. When I got an Xbox 360, they actually had a game that had colorblind mode. Oh, it was the best. I played that game a lot. And then one day I just realized I'm going to stop playing video games. And for a large portion of my the 2000s, I worked in video game stores and video stores. Oh, wow, look at this. Hungry Hippo, life size. Oh, they have a bowling alley here, too. Oh, wow. Yeah, from 2000 to about 2008, I pretty much... I worked at video stores and video game stores. So I had to, kind of play the games to know what the hell I was talking about, especially when I worked at GameStop, or EB Games, which is where I worked at. In this mall, I worked for EB Games. I worked for EB Games and GameStop. I worked for GameStop, and I quit because my district manager was a douchebag. And then I went to EB Games, and then EB Games got bought out by GameStop, and I almost had the douchebag as my boss again. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, I worked for GameStop and EB Games in this mall, right? Is that how it worked? Oh, it doesn't matter. GameStop was the worst. I worked for GameStop, and what they made you do is you had to try to sell everybody and make everybody buy a magazine subscription. That was the whole job. You had to sell magazine subscriptions. They didn't care about video game sales. They just wanted you to sell the Game Informer. So it was horrible. And then you had to get reservations. Horrible. There we go. We got more dinosaur rides right here. Oh, you can get to the second floor. Right, and now we're back on the second floor here. Some Christmas decorations. There we go. There's another bootleg Chuck E. Cheese on the second floor. 2 bootleg Chuck E. Cheeses. 2 Annie Ann's. They have 2 Toys R Us's. A lot of repetitiveness. And there we go. The Boys. Green Gang. I have no idea. Does anybody have an idea who these people are? There's the Adam outlet. You know what I noticed when I'm on the other end of the mall? They have a lot of stores that aren't brand name, like they're kind of independent shops. You have Champs here, Hollister, Bath and Body Works. What's the sale? All hand soaps, 5 for $27. Every week, the Bath and Body Works change their sales, and I will give you updates because it's the mall walking season. It was it's in the 30s today. Absolutely gut wrenching. It just destroyed me. I had so many plans for today, and I went outside, I opened the door, and I just went right back to bed for a few minutes. We'll do a quick lap through the food court. You got Annie Ann's, cookies and cream, Cinnabon. They probably have the best food court in the state of New Jersey, besides the American Dreams Mall. That doesn't count. Here it is, the GameStop. I don't know how the hell they're still in business. They don't even sell games. They got a pizza shop, bubble tea, Master Wok. They got the cotton candy machine, Japanese food, Chick-fil-A, Charlie's Steaks. There it is. Oh, I don't know. Would you buy cotton candy from that thing? I wouldn't. They have a little play center over there. There's 100 kids playing in there, so we're just going to keep on walking by. Just give you a Philly Captain tip. If you ever have a kid, you go to a dead mall. You have the playland to yourself. And the other end store here, or anchor store, end store, why am I saying that? Is Boscov's. They have a Boscov's. And H&M, Van, JD. Shout out to JD Harmeyer. Yeah, right here, you got this Wonderland. I don't know what, that's like a Christmas store. And then you have another store called Minoso. I don't know what that is. Oh, Hot Topic. Last year, their Christmas poster was a picture of Snoop Dogg smoking a jazz cigarette. Something like that. It was very, very controversial. Oh, I hate doing busy mall videos. Here it is, Battlestar. What is it? I don't know. Yeah, there's the Christmas house. You got a few kiosks open. There it is, the Alien Shop. Boom, 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 boom. I like that they have a shooting range here because it always reminds me about the shooting that happened in this mall in the 90s. There's an FYE. We're going to keep on walking. Yeah, there was a shooting in this mall in the 90s. I think right outside where the Sears used to be. I think they tried to rob the armored truck. If you go right here, they have the Gloucester County store. This is a place you go in Gloucester County to get permits and driver's licenses. I don't know. All that crap you do here. But it's closed today. It's Veterans Day. Don't know if you heard. They do passport photos. They do, well, I don't know what else. And their last anchor store here is a Boscov's. But if you come to this wall, right here, they have all these hot air balloons. And you're probably like, well, that's nice. Why do they have so many hot air balloons? And that's because the first hot air balloon flight landed in Deptford. Or so they say. I've heard a few stories that this story might not be exactly true. But, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the magical historical location where the first hot air balloon flight landed behind a dumpster of a Walmart. Be silly, be honest, be kind. I kind of like that. Get out of my way. I gotta go to Walmart. I gotta go look at this dumpster. Where the hell did I park at? So over on that side of the highway is the Deptford Mall. And if you come here, this is the Deptford Walmart. And if you hang a Louis at the outdoor and living department and then make a right, what the hell do they call a right? If a left is a Louis, what's a right? A Reggie? I'm not sure. One, if you come here, there is a hiking trail right back there. But that's not historic. I'll show you the historic location. What you do is you go back here and you look for the pallets. You see all the pallets? You see the pallets right there? You see the pallets? See the dumpster? See the Red Bull truck? You go down this way. Notice there's no historical marker, there's no sign. They used to have decorative hot air balloons on these walls. Now, this feels significant, doesn't it? And when you get to the end of this trail, you will see this very old tree. The tree was struck by lightning a few years ago. It's called the Clement Oak. The Clement Oak, which sheltered Lenape hunters 4 centuries ago, and early colonists centuries ago, and children played, and this was dedicated to them in 1964. I think the Native Americans used this tree. It was very significant for them to, like, all right, you make a Louis here. But it doesn't even mention the hot air balloon flight. Where does it mention? Here it is. Right here, this QR code. And it talks about the Clement Oak and the first landing. And that is it, cuz every time I come down here to this, I guess it's a display. I don't know what this is. But it gets worse. How does it get worse when it's this? But yeah, and I heard recently, every time I make a mall video at Deptford, I always come here to the street because it's pretty historic. I've heard that this wasn't the actual landing spot for the hot air balloon. It landed a few blocks from here. If you know the story, write it in the comments so that people can know. But yeah, there it is, the landing site of the first, the popularized place where the first hot air balloon flight landed. But maybe that's why they're not like taking care of it, is because somebody said in the comments, and I don't know how true this is, but somebody in the comments said they factually proved the balloon landed somewhere else, and maybe that's why they're not like taking care of this display. I don't know who they are, but if you go to Philadelphia, there is no sign of the hot air balloon flight taking off. And they are doing a ceremony next year on the anniversary of the hot air balloon flight. But that's it. All right, well, that's it. That's my mall video at the Deptford Mall. It's a very busy mall. It's a good combination of name brand stores and local boutiques. The food court's pretty strong. A few vacancies, but not many. They do have 2 Toys R Us's, which neither of them are really Toys R Us's. But, oh, it's windy. Oh, this weather. The weather outside is frightful. That's why the malls are so delightful. Make sure you hit like make sure you hit like and subscribe. And check out thephillycaptain.com for everything. Patreon, Cameo, the calendar. phillycaptain.com. thephillycaptain.com!